This is the case of the second shooter. As you can see, Lee Harvey Oswald was the primary shooter in the building at the library. But there was a second shooter. There were 3 shots that killed him. 1 in the head and 1 in the shoulder. And 1 missed. And here's what happened. I will bring in my assistant to show you where Kennedy was shot. Hey, ma'am.
Hello.
Okay. Stand right here. Kennedy was shot in the back of the head and in the back of the shoulder. And then the other shot missed. The first shooter, Lee Harvey Oswald, came from the eastern window of the library. But our second shooter, the unknown assailant, came from the grassy knoll, pictured on this diagram. The grassy knoll, where the second shooter was.
This is the magic bullet theory. So, as we learned before, there were 3 shots. The first one missed, the second one hit Kennedy in the back, and then hit Connolly. And then the third one hit Kennedy's head. So, I want to know, how did one bullet do so much damage? Especially from the building that Oswald was from. He was in a high building, so it makes sense that it hit his shoulder, but it doesn't make sense that it bounced up into, hit his throat, and then goes into Connolly's shoulder, which eventually hits his wrist and then his left knee. How is it possible? That's all I got.
Okay. So, my theory is that Johnson killed Kennedy. So, Johnson and Kennedy were political rivals, even though they were in the same party. Johnson was very rude to the Kennedys, never thought JFK should have been president, and made some sexual comments toward Jackie. Kennedy was thinking of replacing Johnson as vice president. So, once Johnson found out, he told his mistress, Madeline Brown, that he promises that Kennedy will never embarrass him like that ever again. He told Madeline this the day before Kennedy was shot. Kennedy and him were supposed to be in this same car, but the Secret Service put him in a different car that day. In his separate car, he was ducking down 30 seconds before the first gunshot even hit Kennedy. Everyone that was involved in this was the Secret Service, CIA, John Connolly, the other guy that got shot, Cuba, oil companies, the mafia, and the FBI.
You saw the second shooter theory, the magic bullet theory, and the Lyndon B. Johnson theory. What do you think?